Good morning and welcome to today's video, guys. I don't really know where to start with this one, except we're probably buying another car today. A dream car, a bucket list item car for me that involves me making more trips to the USA and being able to do USA activity things. You know, coming over and driving and hanging out with friends and stuff, just like my friends here in the USA generally would come to Japan to drift at Ebisu. I want to be able to do the same thing over here in the USA and frequent a few events like, you know, I don't know, Super D and stuff like that. But anyways, that aside, this is a bucket list item car for me, left-hand drive and all that kind of stuff. It's got rare parts on there, and if everything checks out, you have no idea how excited I am. If this car is what it's like, what the seller says it is, this is perfect and everything we need for the channel and everything that I need in my life, and probably you guys need in your life too. But I'm really excited and I gotta kill some time. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of a hint, and I'm gonna put up a banner that I shipped to Chris in his shop that kind of is hinting you guys in the direction of what this car is gonna be. So let's go and do that now. So I got the banner here and I had a quick look around, and all I could find was a little small step ladder. So this was set up recently and I just dragged it under this lift because I want this thing to be up in the middle of his shop. It's a little bit of a meme, but I'm sure he'll still appreciate it being up. So anyways, I'm gonna climb this shelf and I'm gonna use that as my platform. Probably not the safest thing in the world, but it's for this. And just like that, we now got a beautiful SR20 banner up in Chris's shop. And on that note, perfect opportunity to remind you guys about our ugly Christmas sweaters that we just dropped over on SAMMIT.net. Perfect for any car enthusiast. They literally say, all I want for Christmas is car parts, and you don't even really notice it unless you look at it really carefully. So they're super epic. And the best thing is even though our merch shop is located in Japan, you can still get them with only 2 to 3 days of shipping because we use DHL Express. So head to SAMMIT.net, grab yourself a Christmas sweater, and you're gonna get it in time for those Christmas dinners and events with your friends and family. Well guys, your boy did it. We got the car. And I didn't end up filming or anything. The guy, like, it just felt awkward, like if I was to pull out a camera and ask to film him and stuff like that. I checked over everything on the car. I'm really happy with it. We're driving right now, so I'm gonna get back to Chris's shop and we're gonna go over the car there. But for now, I am way too excited and hyped to show you guys this thing. It is so good. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Yeah, baby. Just got back to Tommy and Chris's shop, and unfortunately we got back a lot later than anticipated. Unfortunately, it's just how it is. We were driving all the way back down from Boston and we hit some traffic, but let's just jump straight into this. I'm really excited about this car, and it's something that I've personally wanted for a long time, but I just haven't been able to travel over here to the States that much and stuff like that just because of, you know, the pandemic and whatnot. But anyways, that all aside, here is my new 240Sx USA-based drift car for the channel, and what we're going to be getting up to hopefully next year if things start to quieten down. But yeah, left-hand drive S13 with God's motor, the SR20. So let's go over this thing. Let me show you everything about the car that I've noticed and picked up on and stuff like that that could be wrong and whatnot. And then let's go over why we picked this car. So straight off the bat, the body is in pretty bad shape. Paint job, it's got a lot of orange peel in there. There's a few scuffs and stuff like that. Probably like painted at Mako or something. You can see where previous owners like kind of hit something there and then stuck a sticker there and whatnot. But for the most part, like the body is actually like, it's okay, it's in good condition. This thing has like no rust under there as well. This car previously came from California, so it's in really good shape, like structural wise, but paint wise, it's pretty bad. If I cared a lot about paint, it would probably maybe, I don't know, worry me, but it doesn't whatsoever. I don't really care so much about good looking paint because, I mean, at the end of the day, we generally cover our cars with liveries and stuff like that, right? Wheels, RPF ones, Chris Rudnick's favorite wheel of choice. It's got some pretty nice grippy Dunlop tires on there too. One of my favorite things about it is it's got the Skyline rear brake conversion. So it's got the drum for the e-brake, and we've got the 2-pot Nissan caliper there, also commonly known as the Z32 setup. I can't wait to get this thing on the lift, but both front and rear, we got that brake upgrade, which is awesome. Unfortunately, we got a crack in the windshield. The seller did not tell me about that until I rocked up there. But for the most part, it's really nice. Like, bear in mind, this is a 240SX. It's like 30 years old. It's been driven a bunch. It's got 200,000 miles on it. But like I said, this has an SR20 swap. So we'll get to the engine part in a bit. But it's got the little cool like seatbelt things. I've been dying to have a car that does this. This thing is so sick. Hang on. Can we just jump in here real quick? Can we do this? Look at this, right? We're sitting here. That's there, right? Oh my God. You guys have no idea what that means to me to have something like that. But yeah, anyways, these things are super cool. They go back and everything by themselves. They all work, which from what I understand is kind of rare. But the other thing is, this thing has the digital dash and the up heads display thing on the windshield too. So double awesomeness. We got a Greddy turbo, like boost gauge, which is a little finicky, like it moves and jumps around a bunch even though the engine's not on. So you can see that it kind of jumps around. We've got an AEM air fuel ratio gauge, so FRs. For the most part, door cards are in pretty good condition. You know, they're worn and how you doing and stuff, but it's not the end of the world. I'm not too worried about it. We're missing a button there, but electric windows, both sides work brilliantly, so I'm happy about that. The dash was previously repaired and then flocked, but then it cracked and split again, so we kind of got this half-looking flocked weird dash, but that doesn't bother me at all. Climate control all works. We got a head unit, we got this cool wheel, I don't even know what it is, but it's gonna get replaced. And for the most part, the interior is really good. We got stock seats, both front and rear. Like, it's in really good shape. Everything works, the lights, interior stuff, all works. Like, I'm super stoked on that. We got a really nice Tomei shift knob, like genuine Japan Tomei, none of that fake American Tomei stuff. Really nice tight short shifter. It's got some decent speakers in it and stuff, but oh, hang on. I have to show you guys the trunk. Actually, the trunk latch doesn't work, which is totally a normal 240 thing, isn't it? Let's get this key out real quick. Oh, the chime that it makes is just so good. Look at this, guys. Working one of these too. Wait, what? Huh? Am I? Oh, just left-handed problems. My luggage bag aside, look at this. Full plastic, trunk has no rust in it anywhere. This thing is in really good condition. Previously, the car was obviously red, as you guys can see. Didn't get painted inside the car, but everything's in good condition. We got all the plastics in here and stuff. This is incredible, like, condition for what it is, like how old it is, 240SX. And we also got some pretty cool LED tail lights. These actually look pretty decent, but we'll see if I decide to change them. But yeah, for the most part, that's kind of everything on the car. Like I said, the paint's not in the greatest condition. You can see here, like when they rolled this out, there's definitely some Bondo in there that wasn't sanded too well. Like the edges are just super weird. And you know, there's a lot of orange peel in it, but we'll see what this thing comes up like. Like, we'll give it a good clean and a polish probably. Anyways, that aside, we need to show you guys the engine bay, which is kind of the main reason why I bought this thing. Before I pop the hood, triple projectors. Out of every headlight, I actually like the triple projectors the most. Call me weird, I know, but hey, triple projectors, I dig that. The bricks are cool too, but I don't know. Let's have a look at what's in here. Okay, let me get this bonnet stay up and then let's go over everything. What we have here is a non-VCT SR20. In fact, the first SR20 I have ever owned that is non-VCT. These engines came out in the S13s in Japan. I believe this is most likely a black top. The reason why I say that is just because this cover that's here. But I don't know. It doesn't really matter because the internals are entirely different. This is a fully forged bottom end. So we've got like Manly rods and pistons and stuff. We've got a metal Tomei head gasket. The whole head has been done. It's got like 264 cams and all that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know, let's pop this off to see if you guys can see in here. But this thing was recently only just all done. If you can see in there. The only problem is that's rocker stoppers, so that's probably the first thing I'm going to take off this thing. But yeah, for the most part, this engine is solid. We'll get to the best thing later about it, but full radium fuel rail conversion kit. So we've got some really nice top feed 14mm injectors here, and they didn't like just cheap out. Like we've got even fuel pressure sensors and stuff which go to, yep, you guessed it, a full Link ECU package on this car. As you guys know, I love Link engine management stuff, and they're a massive supporter on the channel. I can't stop recommending their products. They're incredible. So the fact that this even had a Link ECU in there, just, so good. That aside, there's a bunch of other really good goodies on here, but this motor was built by a reputable shop. You know, new oil pump, water pump, everything was done when the engine was rebuilt. It was completely rebuilt from the ground up. So it is a sound motor, and it was only recently done. We've got, as you can see down there, the extended and baffled oil pan. It's got Grady pulleys on there. It's got the Grady, what is it called? I can't think of it. Kevlar belts as well, accessory belts. It's just got like a bunch of really good stuff on there. We got a Koyo rad, we got an ARC filler cap here for the rad. We've got some Mishimoto thermos there, but also the wiring on this has all been done with wiring specialty harnesses, and everything is in like really amazing sheathing and stuff like that. Like for the swap, it's really nicely done. I'm hyped about it. But the most important thing is a Garrett G25 550 bolt-on turbo. So this is what kind of blows my mind. You spend all this money on the SR and the fuel system, the engine management computer and all that stuff. You get like a $2,500 turbo, but the stock exhaust manifold is on there. That's going to cause a bunch of back pressure and like boost creep issues and stuff like that. So that is something I am planning to change 100%. And we're probably going to have to do something about that OEM cam angle sensor as well. But that aside, this thing is pretty much bulletproof. Forged SR, G25 550, the same turbo I have on my S13 in Japan, but low mount, super awesome. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't really get much better than this. So we picked up this thing for a really reasonable price, considering pricing at the moment here in the States. I'm really happy with it. And everywhere I look, like this thing, it just ticks all the boxes. Like I don't see anything that gives me any red flags. But yeah, that's kind of it. So expect to see this thing on the channel a bunch in the next few days or few weeks and stuff like that. And especially every time we come out here stateside, I want this car to be set up as a really good like seat time stallion. I want this thing to be making probably like either just under 400 horsepower or just above 400 horsepower. It's got flex fuel sensors and stuff. It's got a E85 tune, and it made 430 at the rear wheels, which is kind of insane. I don't really believe those numbers because of the stock exhaust manifold. But yeah, we'll figure all of that out. We're probably going to go hang out with some other people that you guys might know and get this thing dialed in. But for the most part, I hope you are excited. I'm excited, and Akachan's going to be so jealous about this thing. He's going to probably beg for me to export this back to Japan, but this thing is going to stay here in the USA. I want to be able to, every time I come over here, just have a car that I can jump in and drive and shred with the homies at like E-Town and stuff like that, or, you know, we'll have it stored in Florida or something. Like, depending on where we're traveling to, we'll have that thing ready on cue for us to shred and just have a bunch of like fun and all that kind of stuff here in the USA. So out of everything I showed you though, I'm going to show you my favorite thing about this entire car. We're going to go put the key in and just listen. I don't know where that comes from. Somewhere in there. But that sounds epic. Let's start this thing up and get this. I don't have to put my foot on the clutch. Hell yeah, brother. All right. I just want you guys to listen to this thing because you guys know the G25 has kind of like a T51R like
sound to it. It just sounds insanely cool. And this one does as well. Sounds like a jet engine. Listen to that spool. Sounds so good. I'm really hyped about this. I can't wait. All right, let's go for a little drive, see if we can find a little spot. So for the most part, this thing drives and handles really nice. I can let go of the wheel and the car goes straight. It doesn't have a bad alignment or anything like that. It feels pretty good. I definitely feel like there's some bushes that need replacing that are worn out, but for the most part, it's really nice and I can't really complain about it. So we're just gonna go for a little cruise, see if we can find a little spot and just see if this thing will spin. Safe to say she spins up real easy. Man, I'm hyped on this. And check out these tail lamps. They're so sick. Also, how beautiful is that sunset? I don't know if the camera's gonna do it justice, but it looks beautiful. We're gonna need to get some headlights to this. I'm way too excited on this. Just noticed there's a footwell light. That's kind of nice. I don't know if that's OEM. I don't think so, but nonetheless, still really cool. Well, safe to say, I'm definitely in love with this thing, and I hope you guys are excited for what's to come for this car on the channel. Like I said, it's not going anywhere. My plans is for this to stay on the channel for a very long time and for us to shred in it a bunch and probably go through a bunch of different transformations over the years. But for now, this is how it is. It spins the tires. We confirmed that. We definitely could have gone a lot harder, but I don't know the area too well. And while we were out where some dairy farms and stuff were, I didn't want to take my chances. So yeah. With that, guys, I hope you're excited. Smash that like button, write us a comment and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace, Jamata.